All right. So you set your days and times. I don't usually require a meeting password because I feel like that's just one more thing that I'm going to have to communicate. Although if I felt like people were coming in who maybe weren't supposed to be there, then I might do that. So video, host and participant. And I believe what this means is like upon entering into the video, because right now it's just me on the recording because we're not like doing it together. Actually, I could share this if you have your, have it pulled up, or here, you know what I'll do is, let me go back to this. All right, so let's talk about this first and then we'll have you join and we'll see if I'm right or wrong. So this video part, what I believe that it means is when somebody joins, their video is on or off, right? So I usually just both put on so that both people have access to the video. But somebody else said the other day that they thought that it meant like when you enter. Because once you're in, you can choose to have your video on or your microphone on and all those kinds of things. So audio both. And this can also be used for teleconferencing, like if you wanted to just use the phone or whatever. I usually enable people to join before the host because, you know, if I'm, although I wouldn't recommend this. I've more than once, I've been running from the house to the dojo, you know, like with 3 minutes to spare, and I'm like, yeah. And there's like 3 or 4 people waiting for me, right? But I think that that's fine. Yeah. The waiting room, we were looking at the waiting room the other day, and the waiting room is one person could be in the waiting room, you know, so like if you and I were both hosts, I think you and I could both join together and keep somebody in the waiting room. But the language said one, so I don't know how that works if you have multiple people, but I don't think it really matters. Like I've done it and not done it, and I don't think it's really necessary. And I do this, I record the meeting automatically on the local computer because I have once or twice I've forgotten to record the thing, and I like taught this awesome class. We did 5 katas of each kata, and then I was like, oh my God, I forgot to hit the button. You know, so it's like one less thing. It's one less thing to think about, you know? Yes. Speaking of which, all right, so let's go back, and I am going to, so right here on the bottom corner, let's go across, let's just go across. So on the bottom, there's, on the bottom left-hand side, there's a mute button. And you can also, you will also, if you hit the arrow, it'll tell you to choose your microphone, because I have different things plugged in, right? This USB audio device is probably this, but it might be this. It might be the camera. Whoopsie. Because this microphone is, well, actually, let's talk about the microphone. The microphone is something really important because this room is super, super echoey without, but again, like not to dissuade you, start with your phone, be echoey, get people moving. And here's why I want you to do that. I think that this epidemic, this whatever, is going to set people on new patterns. And for us in the Lakes region, today is the first day of this bad pattern. So I want people to be moving today. I want them to be like, up, 11 o'clock Monday through Friday, we're doing karate, you know, and I want them to start because, you know, like setting, you know, teaching fitness, setting habits in place is like so important. So when you leave here today, go teach your classes online. Be like, it's going to be a mess. I'm using my phone. Use your own music. I'll order stuff from Amazon and it'll be better next week, but get with me today because they need you. Like people, our customers, we're so important in people's lives, and we don't always realize it. I mean, if you've ever been somewhere and people realize you're a fitness instructor and like, oh, you're a fitness instructor, like, shut up. Shut up, I change people's lives. You know, like, oh, you teach karate? Oh, well, like, no, you need to understand, I teach multiple levels of people all day. I move my body to keep them moving, and you know, like, have you ever seen Legally Blonde? Like the whole thing about the endorphins, right? People who are happy don't kill people. Right? So what we're doing is so important, and we need to be up and running as fast as possible with the smallest amount of tech. Your phone, you could be on Zoom and teach from your phone. Eric had it on the other day. Teach from your phone. If you can get like a Bluetooth speaker, get a Bluetooth speaker, teach from your phone and go. We're talking about other levels.
So
yeah.
Well, I know I connect my phone wirelessly to my Bluetooth speaker. So would that be on while I'm teaching?
Test it with somebody. do like a Facebook Live, do a Facebook Live and be like, hey, can you hear me? And people will be like, yes or no. And just have somebody, you know, be in touch with somebody, me or somebody else, and just say, hey, I'm going to do a Facebook Live for 5 minutes to check my tech. Can you jump on with me? And then make adjustments from there. But I would do Facebook Live first, because I did that all summer last year. And then Skype if you have Skype, or, you know, whatever your people have, but everybody's on Facebook.
So Facebook Live, you don't charge for that class? You just kind of just.
They're your customers. You can charge. No, I mean, it's going to be free and it's going to be out there, but it's decent advertising too.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can create, if you want to charge for it, one thing you can do is create like a private group on Facebook, and you can go live in the group.
Right.
And live in the group seems to be less glitchy than live on your business page. There's just Facebook has kind of turned a corner where they're so interested in themselves that I think things are getting a little glitchy. That's my feeling on that. So where were we? Oh, we were just going across the side. So the mute button, the microphone button, there's a video button, and like for me, I have 2 cameras, right? Because I have a camera on the computer, which would be perfectly fine. This one's just better, and this one's even better, but you know, whatever. We've upgraded over the years. So my camera that I use is a 1080 HD 1080 Logitech. That is, what is it? It is it's rated for streaming. It's HD, and it has like a USB connector. Do you know? Yep. And I love, autofocus. Autofocus is the other thing that you want to look for. So it's autofocus, it's HD, and it's rated for streaming. Those are like the 3 kind of major things that you want in your camera. Yep, autofocus, rated for streaming, HD. And this is a great little camera, Logi, I don't know. Logitech, I think, it's probably Logitech, because that's what our old one was. And then a cordless microphone. And we use, what do I use? Let's see.
I have one that I teach.
This. It depends. It has to be, so one thing that doesn't work is if your cordless phone has this type of, if your cordless microphone has this type of adapter, it won't work, because this type of adapter tells your computer that there are headphones. So they'll be able to hear you, but you won't be able to hear them. You won't be able to hear any sound. So my microphone has, I'll take it out first. It has a, so my microphone, to go back. My microphone has a USB port to it, because when it attaches with the USB, then it doesn't, when it attaches through the USB, it doesn't give the wrong messages to the computer.
Okay. And so what is your microphone called exactly?
FINE. And K031 wireless microphone. Photo op.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And again, let me reiterate, start today.
Yeah.
Order your tech, start today.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is important? Oh, and like a little thing about teaching with these things. Because I usually have my karate uniform on, I used to tuck it in because I wanted it to be kind of seamless. But when it was tucked inside my clothing, it would pick up this little like chatter. So I attach it to the back of my belt. So attach it to something on the outside that's secure and out of your way, and don't lay on it when you lay down to do sit-ups. I've done that. So pretty much everything I'm telling you has come from, because I did that, right?